Hi there, welcome to Edo Language Institute. For those of you joining me for the first time, I heartily welcome you all to my channel. And for my subscribers and regular viewers, thank you so very much for tuning back in. I know it's been a minute, it's been a while since I last uploaded an actual lecture, but I'm really glad to be back here to be able to do this, and I hope you're excited as well. And today's lecture is about the rule of contraction. So more specifically, we're looking at the exceptions to the rule. So when the rule applies and the other cases when it doesn't apply. So let's continue. Now, when it comes to the rule of contraction, we're looking at the vowels in Edo language. So we're not looking at the consonants. So that's why you have the 7 vowels up here. And just a quick revision. So the rule of contraction is the phenomenon that takes place when a word or like contraction in Edo language takes place when a word that ends with a vowel is followed by another word that starts with a vowel. And in order to avoid disruption, the vowel at the end of the first word is dropped. So therefore, the consonant sound in the first, like the consonant sound at the end of the first word is then transferred onto the beginning of the second word, which makes it more fluent, like more fluent when you speak, so in the spoken language. So therefore, we have in a sentence like Ibolo Alimo, we then have something like Ibola Alimo, and then Ikolo Ebe then becomes Ikolebe. So that was just a short revision. But you can find this in my lecture on lecture 2A on the Edo subject pronouns. So go ahead and watch that. I'll link it either in the description box below or up here on the right. So go ahead and watch that if you'd like to. So as usual, I always work with tables. So here in each row we have a we have a vowel in each row, and then each vowel is compared to the other 7 vowels. So so when looking at the vowel sound R, so it's compared to when R sound is followed by another R sound, and then R sound followed by A sound, R sound followed by S sound, R followed by E, R followed by O, R followed by O, and R followed by U. So when R is followed by R, so we have an example, for instance, sa me. Sa is to fetch, and then ame is water. So same contracts to same, and so the R sound in sa falls off or is dropped. However, R sound followed by A sound, as we have it in by be. So by be is is to stand up, to get up. So, but actually, literally, ba is to move, and egbe is body. It's actually move your body. So it means to get up, to stand up. However, so by egbe doesn't contract. So we have a diphthong sound there. So we're gliding from one vowel to another. So we have by egbe. It doesn't contract. Then we have R and E. For instance, in O, wa, e, O, wa, e. Also, in this case, it doesn't contract as well. So we have O, wa, e, O, wa, e, which means his house or her house. So O, wa is the other word for house. E is a possessive pronoun. So you find that in lecture 2C. I'll also link it. I'll provide a link to that video. So OY doesn't contract. So R and E. Then we have R and E. Oba, Ima. An example. So Oba is the Edo king. Ima is the subject pronoun or the personal pronoun for our. So Ima, our. Um, so Oba, Ima, our Oba. Um, so it's a possessive pronoun in this case. Sorry, the possessive pronoun. So ours. So Oba, Ima, but that it contracts, so it becomes Obima. Then we have R and O. So Rauven. Rauven is to put something in the sun. Like actually no, when it's more when a living thing, like it can be a human being or an animal, um, sort of sits in the sun just to warm up. So Rauven. I know that is not what you do that often in Africa, but then um, here in Europe you usually do that, right? I think the other the proper term for that is tanning, right? So Rauven is to sit in the sun and like get some vitamin D and just warm up. So Rauven. And then A and O, for instance, Owa Odo. Owa is the Edo word for house. Odo is the Edo word for husband. So Owodo, that's what it in Pidgin English we say husband house. So it means your marriage actually can also, for instance, when you refer to someone and say a woman and say she is in a wado, as in she's in she's in her husband's house, so she's married. So wado contract. So when a is followed by o, it contracts. Then you have ra uni a u. A followed by u contracts as well. So ra is to rub, unu is mouth. So rub something on your mouth. So you usually use it for lipstick, so rarunu. It's um it's like you apply lipstick to your lips. So though unu is the mouth, the lips is actually ahwarunu. But again, when you say rarunu, they are still thinking the meaning is actually that you rub something on your lips. So as for the next row, when it comes to a sound, I didn't find, because this is still a work in progress. Like you can't imagine how long I've been looking for all these examples to show you just this rule, like when it contracts and when not. So for A, I haven't found all of the examples. So if you are an Edo speaker, a native speaker, and you can find examples for the ones that are still missing, please leave it in the comment section below. I'd highly appreciate it. So, but the one I found here, for instance, in tie, osa. Tie is to call, osa is God. So call God. Tiosa. So it contracts to osa. Tiosa. And you can see here that still is still a vowel. T because I is a vowel. But you see later that I doesn't contract. So tiosa. So tiosa. But the A contracts. A and O contracts. But E and O doesn't. So we'll find more example later. So up to the next slide. Yeah, so this is what I was saying with diphthong. So in phonetics, a diphthong is a vowel in which there is a noticeable sound change within the same syllable. For instance, in English, we have cow, so we have ow, the ow sound. So there's a change. There's a change in the sound. So we're moving from one vowel sound to the other. The same you also have with boy, oi, oi. So you call this gliding. So a diphthong is also called a gliding vowel. So wherever there is no contraction in Edo language, so that's basically where like a diphthong sounds. So yeah. So here we have the next row, the air sound, and then we have for air and R, air followed by R. I don't have an example here. Same goes with air followed by A. However, I have for air followed by an air, as we have in ze, evu, ze, evu. Ze is in this context to speak. It can mean something else in another context, but here is to speak. Evu here means language. Evo can mean a language, it can mean a people, it can mean a land, as in the country, the land of so so and so. So Zevo is to speak a language. And here another example that I have here is Owe. Owe. Owe is the other word for leg. Is his or her or its. So it's her leg, his leg, or its leg. So, but here in this case, what happens is that not only does the at the end of owe drops, but the at the beginning of a then changes to oe. So for those of you that have been watching my lecture before, you know this a and oe from my lecture. I'll find that out, but I'll link it to one of my lectures. Uh, One of my previous lectures, I had these two words there, and I also went ahead to explain even more in detail in the comment section when someone asked specifically about these two and when to use them. But I'll link it in the description box or in the video. And so the next one is and e. So we have ze. Ize. Ize is the other word for rice. And ze in this case is to take, because the rice is grain, so it's grain. And so ze. So for you to for this one, for you to understand even more, you go and watch my 3 facts about Edo language, and on one of the slides I explain how the verbs used to describe different nouns in Edo differ based on the matter, as in whether the noun is a solid, a liquid, or grains. So I'd recommend that video to you. And for air and o, I don't have air and o, sorry, I don't have an example yet. But air and o, I do have one, which is ze or we, the we. So ze in this case can it means to choose. Yeah, it can mean to choose, which is choose yours. The we, choose yours. But if you are saying, it can also mean something differently, as in take yours. If we are referring to, for instance, Eze, and I'm telling person A, these are words, take your own right. You understand? Like, serve yourself. Okay? So, it can mean to take for yourself or choose. And for and oo, I don't have an example yet. So all this, like I said, is it's still a work in progress. But I just wanted to put this video out there because I didn't want to wait any longer. I've been collecting these examples for months. So I really wanted to put this out there. And here we have one example of opposite contraction on the far right, where we have ore nahi, ore nahi. Na coming from ona, so the o falls off from ona, and then it becomes organ nahin. So this is like organ, his this is okay, his this is, yeah, that's when you translate it one to one. And then we also have ere na. Ere is time, na is like this, so this time, ere na, or time this one to one, but it's this time. Then we have the vowel E. The vowel E doesn't contract at all. So we have, for instance, E followed by a siaga, which is to pull a chair, or siesiga, which is to smoke a cigarette or to smoke, because you pull the smoke inwards into your mouth. And we also have TB. For those of you that have been following me for a long time, you've heard this phrase many times. TB is to read a book. But then the A falls off and we have E remaining. So TB. And same with Riede. Riede is to be on vacation, because Rie is to take. Ede is days. There's no word for days. So take days, like take 3 days, which is to go on holiday or to be on vacation. The ovime is the other word for malchild. Ye, O, me. Again, the A falls off, remaining the E, and to take my child. The same with Chiosa that I used earlier in the previous slide. Not, yeah, one of the previous slides. Chiosa is to call God. Kyoba is to open the tap or the faucet. To open the faucet. Tie is to open. Ogba is the tap or the faucet. So it becomes Kyoba. Same with Fiugbe. Fi is to throw. Ugbe is a stone. So Fiugbe is to throw a stone. So here for the vowel O, I don't have many examples. I only have an example for O and E. For instance, so Iwa. So is actually to cry. Iwa is a song. So literally it means to cry a song, but it is to sing a song. For an example of no contraction, or I just jumped to the so Iwa. But before that, we have O and E. No, O and A. I'm sorry, O and A. So for instance, evoebo, evo I told you can be land, can be the country, can be people, it can be language. So evoebo is the land of the white people. Ebo is the word for white people. So when someone in Nigeria tells you or someone in Africa tells you this other person is in evoebo, it means the person is in Europe or in North America. So evoebo. And so the next example we have where there is no contraction is akomo, akomo, akomo. Ako is a parcel, so parcel can contain something, and omo is the other word for child. So akomo is the parcel that holds the child, so it's the womb. So the same with similar with imoto. Imoto is the car. Ove is his or hers. So his car. Imoto. O imoto. Now for all, the only example I have here is kolebe. So kolo ebe. So kolebe. For the rest, if you have any example as an Edo speaker, as an Edo native speaker, please leave them in the comment section below. Now here, just like u, the u sound never contracts as well. So for instance, we have moi we is to fast. Moi we is to fast. We have swedede. So that mu is the verb to carry. So fast. In Edo, the concept is like to carry fasting. Like it's not to be fasting, it's like to carry fasting. So to fast. So we have here swedede. Su is to accompany someone. And swedede is the Edo word for an old lady. So swedede is to accompany the old lady, maybe to the car, to the toilet, or somewhere. I don't know. So sway is to accompany him or her. Sway. And then here again I have Sweetoa. It's just an Edo female name. And U and O, we have Mwani. Mwani. Carry that. Carry that. Can also be Mwana. Carry this. Then we have here Mubojo. Mu is to carry and Obo is hand. Mujo is put on. So it's basically like place hand on. So place your hand on something. Mubojo. And it can also be Mo or anger. So in Edo, we don't say someone is angry, we say someone is carrying anger. Mu. Then U and U, we have for instance Munujo. You can put your mouth. But I can't think of a scenario now where you can put your mouth. This is quite funny. Munujo. I just wanted to give you an example there. And so for the nasal sound, we have and a. What I can think of here is that kanga. Kanga is to like construct a chair. Kan is actually to touch or to hit. For instance, if you are hitting a nail, which I have the example down here, I'll come to that later. But here we have kanga or yeah, that is one example I can think of now. But if you have another something similar, if you have another one, just write it in the description box below. And then I have here and air. For instance, buy cigar is to quit cigarettes, so which is to quit smoking. Ban is to quit something, or to ban can also mean to forbid something. And so yeah, so then this is to quit smoking. Munyagbe is to pile something. You can say muebe nyagbe is to pile the books. You know, munyagbe. Munya is to put upon, put on. Egbe is body actually, but in this case it means on itself. So put on itself, to pile something up. And then we have and o where and o. So we have bo where, for instance, bo where is to break your leg or to break leg. And then I have and e. So can I say. So can on its own is actually to touch, but can I say it's like you're hitting the nail, to hit the nail. You say it's the other word for nail. Can I say it's the other word for nail. Now yeah, that's it for today. I thank you for joining me once again. I thank you for watching to the end. And for those of you that joined me for the first time, that watched my video for the first time, this might be a bit incomprehensible for you. I'm just thinking maybe this is my perception. What I recommend you to do is to go watch my other videos, my previous videos, and then you would understand why this video was very important, and why this lecture was very important, and why my subscribers and my regular viewers have been asking for it. And as I said before, I'll keep updating the list, and I'll keep uploading it as soon as I have new examples for each cases. And as always, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to share it. And for those of you that haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe. And when you do so, also hit on that bell right there, and so that you always get my notifications whenever I upload a new video. And if you have any questions, just send me an email or leave me a comment in the comment section. I'll always respond to your comment, even though it might take me some days, but I will definitely, you can rely on that. So thank you once again, and see you next time. Bye bye.